you are listening to Kitty and
Emma.
And this is Ordinary Life on the Access Media Network and anywhere where you can pick up your podcasts. And we are not medical experts or doctors or anything like that, but we are
Experts on us.
on us. Very, very expert on us,
Yes,
actually.
yeah. I'm deeply knowledgeable about myself.
Do you know, I happen to know an awful lot about myself as well. That's uncanny, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. And we've both lived with the hideous Parkinson's disease for the past, far too long. And we come together each week and we talk about various different things, do we not?
Yes.
This week is going to be a good one. What are we talking about, Emma?
Well, I think we're talking about sex, which is what?
Did you say sex?
S-E-X.
S-E-X. Can you say that on the radio?
I don't know.
Are we discussing fornication? And
oh my gosh, it's quite embarrassing.
Why is it embarrassing?
I think because I was raised in New Zealand, in the New Zealand in the 1980s and 90s, which wasn't particularly sex wasn't something that was talked about.
Yeah, I was raised raised by a very religious mother and not so religious father. Hi, Dad, if you're listening. I was taught. I was under no illusion whatsoever that this kind of thing, if it even existed, was something that was only to be employed once you had got married.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. So you would get married, and then, and only then, would something
be happening.
Men, on the other hand, my mother literally told me that my brother could go around sowing his wild oats.
You kidding?
And for a while I was like, what is she talking about? Oh. What's it got to do with farming? But yeah.
So did you get the talk when you were growing up? Like,
I think my father tried to give me the talk when I was about 17 years old.
Yeah.
And I started seeing a boy. I actually started seeing somebody who was in their 20s. And my dad was like, you know about, and I went, Dad, yeah, I do. And he said, okay. I think he was very relieved.
Because I don't get the talk, but I do remember the first thing I think in terms of sex education I got was at college, high school. Mm-hmm. And they showed this awful video.
Of a woman giving birth?
No, it was like a cartoon thing of people, like a couple, and they were talking about they were going to have sex, and it was like how to put a condom on and that sort of thing, and it was excruciating for.
I do vaguely recall a class at school about condoms and bananas and and we were all like,
bananas are always involved.
Yeah, and then I quite like the modern one. You know, the kids come home from school now talking about cups of tea.
Oh, I haven't heard about that.
Have you not heard of that
one? The cup of tea thing?
Oh my word, it's so good. It's about consent.
Oh, okay.
And basically it says things like, oh, it's so good. It goes like, so if you invite somebody round for a cup of tea.
Yeah.
And they say they'd like a cup of tea.
Yeah.
That's great. When they get to your house, they might change their mind. And you should not force them to drink tea. Because people might think they want a cup of tea. And then they realise they don't actually like the tea.
Oh.
And they want to stop. Or they want to say no to a cup of tea.
Or they want to drink something else.
Yeah, they want to drink something else.
I got it, yeah.
It's actually, I shall put a link up. Because it's actually a very, very good little video.
Well, it just goes to show that, I don't know what the difference was because our kids go to different colleges, so that I don't know what sort of, what the difference was between what they got as sex education, but because my kids didn't come home and give me any cup of tea stories.
Did they not give you? Did they not? You should go home and ask your children if they'd like a cup of tea and watch them. If they know, they'll be like, Mum!
What is that?
But the reason we were talking about tea was, of course, because A lot of people assume that because you're disabled or something's wrong with you, that you're not going to enjoy intimacy any longer, and it's not something that you want to partake in.
Yeah.
Whereas personally, I'm rather partial to a cup of tea with my husband. And I saw a video recently. I think it was it's about disabled people in general, but specifically people with Downs.
Oh yeah.
This I think it's a young girl, and she's saying, hey, I can go to school, I can have a job, I can have a boyfriend, and yeah, I can actually have sex as well.
Yeah.
And I thought that was really interesting, because the attitudes do seem to be changing, but it is still such a taboo kind of thing, isn't it?
It really is, yeah. And also there's something about loss of libido or loss of sex drive when you have Parkinson's that I've not read anything much about, but I've heard people talking about that kind of thing.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it isn't something that we talk about in like anything like a neurologist's office or.
They ask about, because I think you take the similar. Do you take pramipexole? So they ask about those. One of the side effects is sexual urges, isn't it, or something,
yeah.
and impulsive behaviour, and they often say things like, "Have you noticed any strange impulses?" And I'm like, "No, he's not that lucky." And then they'll ask about compulsive shopping, and I'm like, "Mate, I can't afford it."
So pramipexole is a dopamine agonist, and it's apparently when you're taking that, it can make you a bit more susceptible to being to things you might be addicted to. Is that kind of how
it can also I think it can also provoke maybe sometimes unwanted urges of a sexual nature.
Oh, okay. So I didn't have any of that kind of discussion when I got prescribed that.
Did you not?
No.
Oh. I read it. I mean, I've been asked a few times about intimacy,
right,
and feelings, and I usually just laugh because I find it really because I'm such a child.
I remember when I got prescribed Sinemet for the first time, and they told me that there was a long list of side effects, and one of those was to do with increased sexual urges and that kind of thing as well. And I think I remember like going home and saying, I'm going to be taking these meds, and that these are the things to watch out for.
Parkinson's medication comes with a side portion of
impulse control disorder issues.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, but I haven't noticed the whole any kind of expectation or lack of expectation around disability and sex for me, because I mean I don't know, I guess it's because I've gone through most of my life not thinking of myself as just as a disabled person, and I don't know if...
Well, yeah, and I feel the same way really. Yeah. I don't really think of myself as disabled at all.
Yeah.
But then increasingly as time goes on, you kind of go,
yeah,
or maybe I am, because I can't actually bend over or move, and I can't pick this up off the floor, and this is quite difficult to do, and that probably pretty reliant on medication.
Yeah. And that's the thing that I've found it hard and difficult in terms of a lack of sex drive, is because sleep has been affected for me. So when I go to bed, I'm like, it has to be for sleep, because sleep is something that is harder. It's getting harder and harder for me to get enough of. So that has impacted my kind of intimacy or lack thereof in my life.
Well, at risk of getting into awful trouble, because I haven't actually talked about this with my other half. Mike has chronic fatigue, and therefore any kind of shall we say intimacy between us has to be. It's really difficult actually, because on an evening is now out of the question, because he's exhausted and he needs to sleep. On a morning, sometimes I'll get lucky, but the problem is with that is then he can be so he literally gets so tired. You know, it can knock him out for the rest of the day.
Yeah.
So he can't actually do stuff. So that's actually, it's genuinely frustrating in all of those terms. And it can be a really, really hard thing to cope with. You know,
definitely, yeah.
So you have to find other ways of being intimate,
and
kind and you know, and all that kind of stuff without. But can't believe I'm actually sharing this.
And maybe we could put it into our regular exercise schedules as an exercise, because you know what you were saying about sex and energy levels. It's definitely something that you need lots of energy for.
Well, it's interesting you should say that, because you know he has an ICD fitted.
Yeah.
So he's got a cardiac defibrillator inserted.
Right.
And it might have gone off once.
Oh.
Maybe. And
while you were being intimate.
Yeah, possibly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and when we spoke to the hospital, they were like, well, what were you doing? And he went, and the person went, you were exercising. And we went, yes, that's right, we were. And it's quite clear that exercise at the hospital is a euphemism for getting jiggy with it.
So there you have it.
That's a unique insight into my life, eh?
Yeah, I definitely think it's really important. Like, even though the obstacles to having sex and being intimate increase with disability and age and all that,
but that doesn't mean that you no longer
want it,
or you know, obviously not with anyone. But it doesn't mean that you don't want to be, get close to people.
Yeah, stuff. Exactly. Yeah, being disabled and having chronic illness doesn't make you into a robot that that doesn't feel love and need for close human connection.
Oh, you have such a lovely way of putting things.
Aww.
Yeah, whereas I'm just like foul. But we should also probably point out at some point that our podcast is sponsored by Cover Yours Insurance. From Quote to Claim, they're in your corner. You can find them at coveryours.co.nz. I just thought I'd throw that in there to mix things up a little bit, and also I think I've spoken enough about my private life. And it's really it's been quite, just thinking about it is really strange.
Yeah, it's the kind of thing that we're we don't do a whole lot of this,
What, talking about our sex lives?
We don't.
It's funny that.
This is kind of like the first time I've ever talked about my sex life on.
And let's do it on radio and share it with the entire world.
Yeah, but it is really important as well as part of human health. I think that we shame and sex don't need to be connected, and we could do our bit, couldn't we?
We can.
Yeah, to reduce the shame people feel about needing, wanting, and being sexual beings.
I said something that was so bad.
What?
I'm not sure I can say it. I was going to say rise up. No, actually don't. No. Band together, people. Let's. Yeah.
Yes. Everybody get together and try to love one another.
Appropriately and with consent.
Yes.
And with appropriate cups of tea.
Yeah. So when you would like a cup of tea, it's fine to ask.
And you never know, they might be willing to make you some.
Oh, lovely.
Oh, how lovely. Well, that was different, wasn't it?
Yeah, really different.
I wonder how many people we've just offended.
Oh, probably the whole universe.
I'm very sorry if we offended you. We didn't mean to.
What would be offending about that?
Well, it's just our reality, isn't it?
Yeah. Ordinary life.
Yeah. With Kitty
and Emma.
We will be back next week, and who knows what fascinating subjects we'll think of between now and then. You can find us at Ordinary Life PD and Ordinary Life on Facebook and Instagram. You can contact us at ordinarylife.co.nz, especially if I ever get the website working properly. But all our back posts and podcasts are on there, and huge thanks to Coast Access Radio. Is there anything else I need to mention?
I think you've covered the bases.
Have I covered the bases?
Yes, you have.
Oh, so we've gone all the way.
We've gone all the way around the bases.
Oh.
We'll see you next time. Ka kite anō.
Goodbye.
This episode was produced at Coast Access Radio with support from Irarangi Te Motu, New Zealand On Air. You can catch this and other podcasts online at accessmedia.nz, or you can search Coast Access Radio on Spotify and Apple Podcasts.